My name is Sarah Stevenson, and I'm an apprentice midwife.
Wait, are you doing this? Yeah?
Okay.
Alrighty. I'm Brittany Lujan. I am actually a licensed pharmacy technician and a stay-at-home mom.
Describe your experience with children.
Like in general?
In general.
Yeah. It's hard. It's a lot of work. You have to have a lot of persistence and consistency. There's no sleep. There's no breaks. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Every minute of every day, it's you and your kids. That's it.
Oh no, completely agree.
Okay, and some of the things maybe that you've learned, like with being a parent.
Patience.
Don't ever have one baby with somebody and then somebody else, because then you get all their trauma.
I just learned a lot of patience, and you have to learn to live for someone else. You're no longer your own person. Everything you do is dependent on what your children need or want.
Next.
No, keep going.
Okay. So, what grade are your children in?
First
grade?
we have I have 3 and she has 4.
So, but our oldest are in fourth
First
grade.
grade.
Or first grade.
together.
Yeah.
Okay, so in first grade.
First grade. And then, so can you briefly describe like how you raise your children, like parental guidelines or rules that your children have to follow?
In our house, we have a set schedule. They're up by 5, they're down at 12 for a nap, then they're down in bed by 7. We're scheduled, we're regimented. They have to treat each other with respect, and they're learning responsibility from a young age. Every morning they wake up, they do a couple chores, and right after school they do their work and they do more chores, and then after everything's done, then we have fun. But we teach respect and responsibility is the core of our parenting skills.
I'm on a very strict routine at home of, you get up at a certain time, you do everything you're supposed to, go to bed by 8 o'clock, and get an hour longer. But that's really just it. We're actually, in my household, we're really strict with what you do. I actually have a his, mine, and ours situation with our 3 kids. So I have a lot of conflicts between the children. They're very close. The oldest are very close in age, so it's they lived for a long time as only children, and then put them together, and now it's.
Is this your first grader?
My first grader, yeah, my first grader, and I have a stepson that's in second grade. But it's not easy.
And anything unusual or strange occur with your children?
Well, specifically, you're a first grader.
Yeah,
like,
first grader.
First grader.
My son is very sensitive. For a little boy, he's extremely sensitive. Maybe it's because he has 2 little sisters, and my husband's in Afghanistan, so we're all he's got at the moment. But he's very sensitive, and he's very empathetic. He doesn't like to see other kids get picked on, and he takes those emotions on within himself. So if he sees, a little girl get picked on at school, he'll come home. Well, he'll first defend, and then he comes home and he gets very upset about it. He doesn't understand why people are just so mean to each other. So I don't know if that's strange for boys, but growing up with 2 brothers, I could tell you they could care less. So for a little boy, that's massively different.
Unusual to you, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
unusual to our situation.
Exactly. As far as unusual goes with my daughter, she's very temperamental, but that's a girl for you.
She's a woman.
Yeah. Other than that, though, I don't think there's really anything too unusual.
And like nothing that she does that is a little odd, or maybe like a habit that she has?
I don't think she has. No. I can't
Ooh,
think
my
of
son's
anything.
OCD.
Yes.
He's extremely OCD. He has a proper time and a place for everything. You know, if he brushes his teeth, it has to be the same amount of strokes on one side as it is on the
So
other.
like with numbers and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
and he'll spell things out when he hears them, or he'll, you know, count things out, you know, how many times he pets the dog, or, yeah, he's just he likes regimented everything. So,
That is interesting.
yeah. Well, I'm OCD, so I'm not surprised.
Where did it go? Where did it go? Say thank you.
Is that it?
One more question. With raising your children, is there anything that you would do differently?
In all honesty, I probably would have started a little later. I started senior year in high school. I got pregnant, and I had her right before, 5 days before I was supposed to graduate. Actually, she was emergency C-section, about 6. So I would definitely change. I'd probably start later. I haven't been able to experience much of being in my 20s, you know. So, but for the most part, though, I mean, I love my kids, all 3 of them, no matter how weird they are. Exactly, right? The getting up in the morning, that's probably the only thing that I don't like the most, but no, it's worth it, that's for sure. I mean, even though if I would have started later, it's still worth it.
I started right after high school. I got married right off the bat. Had 4 kids by the time I was 25. And I'll be honest, I think I'm pretty happy with how we did things. I'm a stay-at-home mom most of the time. I had my kids about the same. I mean, yeah, no, I'm pretty cool with how we did things. You know, I figure by the time my kids are old enough to hang out and do their own thing, I'll still be young enough to enjoy life.
Gotta agree with that one, that's a plus.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not advocating it for everybody, but for my husband in my situation, it worked out perfectly. He's 32, I'm 25, so yeah, it works. I would have trained my husband better. So, other than